Well, good afternoon, students. Today we are looking at a really interesting standard. This one's specifically for fourth grade, but I think across the grade level it's going to be really important. We are going to use snails specifically to talk about this standard because I think it's fascinating. I do have some experience with snails. In Africa, we found those like giant land snails. Our hosts there actually served them up to us, which is an experience that I'd prefer not to repeat. The standard that we're looking at is fourth grade standard that says that animals receive different types of information through their senses, process the information in their brain, and respond to the information in different ways. We are going to look at how snails do that, and specifically how they do that differently than people. So have you ever wondered how snails, the aquatic ones that we're looking at in our tank, navigate the world around them? They're amazing, and these creatures have specialized sense receptors to explore their environment and stay safe. Let's start with one of the snail's most important sensory organs, the tentacles. Aquatic snails have two pairs of tentacles that serve different purposes. The longer upper pair is often equipped with light-sensitive cells, acting as primitive eyes. These tentacles allow the snails to detect light and dark, but they don't really offer a detailed view of their surroundings. Snails use this to sense danger from predators and avoid bright exposed areas. The next sense they have are chemoreceptors. We looked at these in class. These allow the snails to kind of taste their environment. Chemoreceptors are scattered across the skin. They're especially concentrated on the tentacles and lips, and these receptors allow snails to detect chemical signals in the water, and it helps them locate food like algae and decaying plants, and we've talked a lot about that with them being decomposers. Now, as the snails move, they leave behind a trail of mucus. You can see these in the bottom of the tank. There's like trails all over the tank. These contain chemical markers that can help them retrace their path if they need to. Another crucial sense organ is the snail's foot, which is packed with mechanical receptors. These detect vibrations and changes in the water around the snail. If a predator, like a fish, disturbs the water, the snail can sense these movements and then quickly withdraw into its shell. Now, some species of aquatic snails have a specialized organ called a siphon. It's like a tube-like structure that's used for breathing. However, the siphon isn't just for breathing. It also contains olfactory receptors. These are like ones that kind of smell. They detect scents in the waters. These receptors help the snails smell food and even recognize potential threats from a distance. Now, with all of these things working together, the snail is able to survive a really harsh environment. And so you'll see that even though they might seem simple, aquatic snails are equipped with an impressive sensory toolkit. From detecting light to sensing chemicals and vibrations, these small animals are perfectly adapted to life beneath the surface. Hopefully you've learned something over the last 3 minutes and you are able to share that and relate that back to our standard of the different senses that animals have that allow them to react to the world around them.